Sounds good. New Mexico ranks first in the nation when it comes to laser strikes, when someone points a laser at an aircraft.
Deadly results can follow these seemingly harmless attacks. Today in a Target 7 investigation, we learn of the few consequences for those who put air travelers in danger. Here's Peyton Spellacy.
We were up there for a story, an actual story, and you didn't want to become the story.
Neil Lawson spent nearly 20 years in the sky as a pilot for KOAT.
I flew 12,000 hours in these things.
On an assignment, a green beam hit his cockpit and suddenly he was the headline.
This is 11 o'clock at night.
This is video from 10 years ago.
The only thing I have outside the aircraft to maintain my visual reference is the lights of the city.
Neil was covering a protest in downtown Albuquerque and caught the whole thing on camera. This is how he describes it now.
I lost a bit of my night vision, which is critical when you're flying at night. And I think my first thought was, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, the results could be horrific.
He told his photographer to find the source. They circled back once, twice, and a third time.
We were getting hit by this laser every single time. I finally decided it wasn't worth it. And we went on home.
I'm flying in Sky 7 over Albuquerque, and at any moment someone could point a laser at us, day or night, forcing us to make an emergency landing.
Pilots say it could mean many things for them: light sensitivity, headaches, blurred vision, temporary blindness, or even incapacitation.
Is this a common experience for pilots?
It's become almost expected now. I'm always on the lookout for it.
Albuquerque Police Pilot Nick Pearson is right. Our Hearst data team analyzed numbers from the FAA on reported strikes from 2021 to May of this year, and New Mexico tops the list with the highest rate of reports per capita.
I'm getting struck once or twice a week.
Last year, New Mexico pilots reported 95 laser strikes to the FAA, and that included commercial aircrafts. And the problem is just getting worse. In just 1 year, reports made a 40% jump. Why do people do it? No one really knows.
There seems to be no real pattern or practice to it. It's just either something of opportunity, boredom, intoxication. We can't put our finger on it.
Pearson says those identified range from kids to senior citizens, but the one thing they have in common: easy access.
Amazon, over the counter. I've seen some higher grade ones, I believe, that are used for construction.
Alcohol often playing a role as well.
I wish there was a study out there that could tell us. I don't see, besides alcohol and intoxication, I don't see a common trend.
When an APD pilot is struck by a laser, they don't back off. They go to work using night vision goggles to help pinpoint exactly where the beam came from.
We have to identify the subject and then refer the case to the FBI or to the federal side through the FAA or the FBI.
If they're not prosecuting, that's certainly disturbing. If they're catching people who are in the act of pointing lasers.
KOAT legal expert John Day said if convicted, someone could be sentenced to 5 years in prison and face a $250,000 fine.
Straight 5-year penalty, and there is some talk about trying to increase the penalties because the number of laser strikes is increasing.
Pearson says there needs to be more accountability.
What's the next steps?
Right now, our officers, when we locate them, we can't charge for it. If we actually had a state charge and we were able to identify, document, and report it the way we do and actually charge that person that night, I think there would be more accountability for it right now.
For Target 7, I'm Peyton Spellacy.
And this kind of law would need to pass in next year's legislative session. So far, no one's brought it forward. As of May, New Mexico is already on track to match or exceed the number of laser incidents from the past 2 years.